Good morning. Back here in the thick of the stuff again. It's pretty cold out here. The sun's up bright and we got partly cloudy skies. The temperature is, I think it said 18 degrees, and the wind chill is 5 above zero. So it's pretty cool back here. Walking into the wind, coming back, I mean, you know, makes your eyes water, that wind does. So I come back in here, see what's out in here. There's some pretty neat stuff out. We get looking, and I enjoy that. Hope you all are having a good day. It's gonna be beautiful. Let's see if I can set this up here in this tree spot. See if it'll stay up here. It'd surprise me if it does. I get surprised sometimes. Things will stay put. Let's see. That looks like that works. It stayed there, didn't it? Get my readings out here. All right. This is Ephesians 5, verse 3, and we take this out of Paul's writings. I work with Paul, our apostle, simply because he was given a message from the risen Christ in his glorified state. He come and met Paul as he was on his way to get names and numbers. You know, he was on his way to persecute and kill, do as he may, wreak havoc on those that was following Jesus. And because of the risen Christ revealing himself to him and giving him this message, that's why I stay with it. But we learn from the whole scriptures. The whole scriptures is for us that God inspired all. Scripture is inspired by God. So we read the whole Bible. We read the whole thing, and we can see Christ throughout the scriptures. How things is just there for us to glean from also. But anyway, here's what we got today. All right. Now, all prostitution and uncleanness or greed, let it not even be named among you, according as is becoming in saints, filled with all injustice, wickedness, evil, greed, distended with envy, murder, strife, guile, depravity, whisperers, nor yet be presenting your members as implements of injustice to sin, but present yourselves to God as if alive from among the dead, and your members as implements of righteousness to God. And undoubtedly, it is not as to the paramours of this world, or the greedy and extortionate, or idolaters, else consequently you ought to come out of the world. Yet now I write to you not to be commingling with anyone named a brother, if he should be a paramour, or anyone named a brother as if he should be a paramour, or greedy, or an adulterer, or a reviler, or a drunkard, or an extortioner. With such a one you are not even to be eating. Or are you not aware that the unjust shall be enjoying the allotment of God's kingdom? Let me reread that. I missed a word. Or are you not aware that the unjust shall not be enjoying the allotment of God's kingdom? Be not deceived. Neither paramours, nor idolaters, nor catamites, nor sodomites, nor thieves, nor greedy, nor drunkards. Yet God will be discarding these as well as those. Now the body is not for prostitution, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. Flee from prostitution. The penalty of every sin, whatsoever a man should be doing, is outside the body. Yet he who is committing prostitution is sinning against his own body. Nor yet may we be committing prostitution, according as some of them commit prostitution, and fall in one day 23,000. Not again at my coming will my God be humbling me toward you, And I shall be mourning for many who have sinned before and are not repenting of the uncleanness and prostitution and wantonness which they commit. Now apparent are the works of the flesh, which are adultery, prostitution, uncleanness, idolatry, enchantment, enmities, strife, jealousies, furies, factions, dissensions, sects, envies, murders, drunkennesses, revileries, and the likes of these, which I am predicting to you, according as I predicted also, that those committing such things shall not be enjoying the allotment of the kingdom of God. Because of the callousness of their hearts, who are being past filling, and greed gives themselves up with wantonness to all uncleanness as a vocation. Now you did not thus learn Christ. For this you perceive, knowing that no paramour at all, or unclean or greedy person, who is an idolater, has any enjoyment in the allotment of the kingdom of Christ and of God. Deaden then your members that are on the earth, prostitution, uncleanness, passion, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. For this is the will of God, your holiness. You are to be abstaining from all prostitution. For God calls us not for uncleanness, but in holiness. Nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall be enjoying the allotment of God's kingdom. For this you perceive, knowing that no paramour at all, or unclean or greedy person, who is an idolater, has any enjoyment of the allotment of the kingdom of God and of Christ. Deaden then your members that are on the earth, prostitution, uncleanness, passion, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry. No topper, not quarrelsome, but lenient, pacific, not fond of money. For a root of all of the evils is the fondness of money, which some, craving, were led astray from the faith, and try themselves on all sides with much pain. For men will be selfish, fond of money, ostentatious, proud, calumniators, stubborn to parents, ungrateful, malign. For the supervisor must be unimpeachable as an administrator of God, not given to self-gratifications, not irritable, no topper, not quarrelsome, not avaricious, who must be gagged, who are subverting whole households, teaching what they must not, on behalf of sordid gain. Absolutely, it is heard that there is prostitution among you, and such prostitution which is not even named among the nations, so that someone has his father's wife. For it is a shame even to speak of the hidden things occurring done by them, that you should be receiving her in the Lord worthily of the saints, and may stand by her in whatever matter she may be needing you, for she became a patroness of many, as well as of myself. Only be citizens walking worthily of the evangel of Christ, that whether coming and making your acquaintance or being absent, I should be hearing of your concerns, that you are standing firm in one spirit, one soul, competing together in the faith of the evangel. Similarly, women also are to be adorning themselves in raiment, decorously, with modesty and sanity, not with braids and gold or pearls or costly ventures, but what is becoming to women, professing a reverence for God with good works. Now you be speaking what is becoming to sound teaching. The aged men are to be sober, grave, sane, sound in the faith, in love, endurance. The aged women similarly in demeanor, as become the sacred, not adversaries, nor enslaved by much wine, teachers of the ideal. And that's the references to Ephesians 5:3. It's a lot of it. I won't add anything to that. It just keeps repeating itself, don't it? Well, but that's the references to it, and so now we have that. And won't add anything to it. It turned up cold out here. The wind's picked up. I have an airplane overhead, And I think that it's time to get out here and do some walking around and see what God's got for us. Don't you? I think we will. Just keep going. So it's going to be a great day. Stay warm. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go out here and stay warm. But we'll talk to y'all tomorrow. See you then.